everyone, this is Sweetly with another Honkai Star Rail video. In this video, I will explain why you should not pull the 5-star lightcone for Silverwolf. This is counterintuitive because previously with Sealy and Jingyuan, it was strongly recommended to pull for their respective 5-star lightcones after getting them at E0. For Silverwolf, you will see that it's the opposite and the free 4-star lightcone is actually better for her in almost all cases. At max level, Silverwolf's skill, Allow Changes, has an 85% base chance to implant a weakness in the enemy and reduce their damage resistance to that weakness type by 20%. And additionally, it has a separate 100% base chance to reduce the all-type resistance of the enemy further by 10% for 2 turns. The weakness implant duration can be extended to 3 turns after unlocking the Trace Inject. But something interesting to note here is that you might not want to unlock this trace for the most optimal Silverwolf build, which I will explain more in a future video. Her ultimate, User Band, has a 100% base chance of reducing enemy defense by 45% for 3 turns. Her talent, Awaiting System Responses, lets her implant 3 types of bugs with a 72% base chance into an enemy for 3 turns. Notice how everything in her kit contains a % base chance, which is not the actual chance for the effect to hit. Notably, the actual effect hit chance equals base chance times 1 plus the character effect hit rate times 1 minus the enemy effect resistance times 1 minus enemy debuff resistance. Debuff resistance refers to resistance to debuff effects like freeze, burn, etc. and does not apply to Silverwolf's debuffs. Current endgame level 90 bosses have 50% effect resistance, so for Silverwolf's weakness implant to hit with 100% accuracy, she needs 136% effect hit rate, and to consistently proc her ultimate defense down debuff, she needs 100% effect hit rate. Without enough effect hit rate, you will see lots of effect resistance. Imagine using Mona's bursting engine and having a chance for it to do nothing. And remember that when her skill gets resisted, not only will you need to use her skill again during her next turn to try again, failing to implant the weakness also means you won't be able to break the boss's toughness bar, and you will need to continue sinking in more skill points for future tries. Skill points are very valuable in the harder content. For Silverwolf, if we add up the EHR sources from her traces, the relic main stat, and the 2P set effect, we can get to 71.2%. Now let's take a look at her light cones. Her 5-star light cone, Incessant Rain, at S1 gives 24% EHR, increases her crit rate by 12% when she attacks enemies with 3 or more debuffs, and lets her implant Aether Code with a 100% base chance on a random hit target that does not yet have it, which makes the enemy receive 12% increased damage for 1 turn. Meanwhile, the free 4-star event light cone at S5 gives 40% EHR and 8 energy whenever she attacks defense-reduced enemies. In terms of EHR, from our previous calculation, Silverwolf ideally stacks up to 136% EHR to consistently proc both her defense down from her ultimate and the weakness implant from her skill. With her 5-star light cone at S1, we can get up to 95.2%, which means to get to 136 CHR, we still need to get another 40.8% from relic substats, which is equivalent to about 11 lines. However, with her event light cone at S5, we can get up to 111.2%, which means we'd only need 24.8% from substats, which is the equivalent of about 6 substat lines. As you can see, from an EHR perspective, the event light cone makes it a lot easier to reach the requirements to ensure your weakness implant hits on the enemies that matter the most, our level 90 bosses, which not only secures more damage for your DPS, but also adds the ability to toughness break and allows you to maintain a healthy skill point economy. The other and perhaps more important reason why the event light cone is better for Silverwolf is that the extra energy regeneration enables a 3-turn skill, basic attack, and ultimate rotation which allows her to have 100% uptime on her 45% damage reduction debuff from her ultimate. And when you have Silverwolf at E1, the event lightcone will actually enable a comfortable 2-turn skill basic attack ultimate rotation, which ensures 100% uptime on all of Silverwolf's debuffs. Silverwolf's ultimate is 110 cost, which means without any energy recharge, a normal 3-turn burst rotation would only generate 75 energy. This means that we would need an additional 46.7% ER for us to burst in 3 turns. Currently, a plus 15 ER rope only gives 19.44%, and the 2-piece ER set only gives 5%, for a total of 24.44, which is barely halfway there. This is where the event lightcone really shines. Assuming a rotation starting after the first burst, our next 3 hits on the now defense-reduced enemy will each generate 8 additional energy for a total of 99 energy, which means we would only need an extra 11.11% ER, which we can easily get from just a plus 8 ER rope. To summarize, Silverwolf's main role in the team is generally to ensure 100% uptime on her various debuffs via high effect hit rate and energy regeneration, and this is exactly what the event lightcone excels at. So from both an EHR and optimal rotation perspective, in terms of maximizing Silverwolf's support potentials, the event lightcone is a much better option for her. Most importantly of all, Silverwolf's event lightcone is free, which means you could save an average of 90 pulls and use it towards future characters or more Silverwolf Eidolons if you really like her.
Done everything you needed to? Good. Don't want to climb into bed only to realize you forgot to finish your dailies. Bye-bye.